Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. To help keep this podcast free, we're partnering with Stoke Seeds. More than just a listing of vegetable and flower seeds, the Stoke Seeds website is a complete resource center with valuable information on seed starting, planting, and harvesting, plus all the gardening accessories you need to make your garden the envy of the neighborhood. Pre-order your free 2018 gardening guide today from stokeseeds.com, cultivating successful growers for generations. We'll have more to come from Stoke Seeds in the next few weeks. Now, on to today's question.
Welcome to a special edition of Your Gardening Questions. I'm Brett Johnson, I'm sales manager for Plant Talk Radio and our podcast that does include Your Gardening Questions. We are at the Midwest Green Industry Experience in Columbus, Ohio. That's being presented by Ohio Nursery and Landscape Association. This time around, we have Pat Arnold from ProMix. Pat, let's talk about the ProMix lines. Welcome to a special edition of Your Gardening Questions. This is Brett Johnson. I'm the sales manager for Plant Talk as well as the podcast, including Your Gardening Questions. We are at the Midwest Green Industry Experience in Columbus, presented by the Ohio Nursery and Landscape Association. I have with me Pat Arnold. Let's talk about the Bonide line. Of course, our listeners have heard about Bonide for years, and we could be here for hours talking about the lineup, but I think it's important to touch upon where our listeners can find Bonide as well as when they're going to start to see Bonide on the shelves and what to prepare for as we walk closer to the springtime.
Yeah, well, thank you, Brett. Pat Arnold, I'm the Bonide rep for the Central Ohio area. You're going to find Bonide on a lot of independent garden center shelves, as well as some of your local hardware and farm and feed stores in the greater Columbus area. It's a broad line of insecticides, fungicides, and plant material. We have turf. We also have grass seed. It's a broad line. There's probably over 750 items in the line. Certainly won't find them everywhere, but you'll find at your major garden centers a good representation of Bonide products. Certainly, as we go into this season here, February and March, you may have some bugs kind of waking up from their long winter nap, and you'll need some sprays. We have a couple of good organic sprays. You could use insecticidal soaps, which are very good for smothering the insects. All-season oil as well. You can use those for smothering the insects, and also a Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew. Well, all of them are good for some indoor use, and they also take care of a lot of the insects and some of their early diseases on these plants that wake up from their long winter nap. And as we go into outside, you're going to find out that your fruit trees and some of your trees that are susceptible to disease, you want to kind of smother the insects before they wake up. And there is a dormant oil spray that we have in our product line, all seasons. They call it all season because you use it in season, but you can double up on the rate and make it a dormant spray. But when you get temperatures are about above freezing 3 days at night and above 40 in a day for about 3 days, these insects have been overwintering, they will wake up, and then you would spray them with the dormant oil, and it suffocates them without a chemical killer, and that actually eliminates the insect from having more population to take over the plant. An excellent way to start your early spring spraying. Then from there you can go into the sprays, like we have a fruit tree spray if it's a fruit tree spray, and you can start on a regular spray cycle every 3 to 4 weeks, and it has an insecticide and a fungicide in it, and you can, by spraying those frequencies, you're going to eliminate the disease and insect problems throughout the spring season. But also, as weeds come up, we have a Weed Beater Ultra product, which is great in cool weather. Come April, the ground's still cold. You want to kill that dandelion that pops out of the ground in those warm days, or that chickweed or henbit. Weed Beater Ultra will do that. It will knock it down quickly. Other weed killers will take a long time to work. This works within 24 hours. You'll see the results of this spray. But along with that, we have a multitude of control products in our line, and they answer from early spring right through the fall season. Strong repellent category, moles that may be active in your yard, you put a product called Mole Max on in the spring. eliminates the mold. They chase them to their neighbors or chase them in the back 40 because they don't like the taste of the Momax, and it will last a good 90 days. So a lot of these products are organic. Look for the organic symbol. A lot of them are natural. They're noted by a tan band on the packaging. So you can use that selection of products and feel they're very safe for your pets and for your kids. Always read the instructions on the package. Do not overuse it. And I think if you use a Bond product, we stand behind our products. Used correctly, they will do the job they designed to do, and you'll have be a successful gardener.
You have two great resources on hand, and that being, number one, the local garden center. Yep. You guys train your local guys real well, as well as the website, too.
Yeah, bonide.com. Very excellent website. We have a lot of consumer information on there by month, but what products to use and what insects and disease may attack certain plants. So they're listed by plants on there. We have touch screens in a lot of the stores, which you can bring up if you have a disease or an insect problem on a plant. It will highlight what products in a Bonide line will take care of that problem. We have certainly they have bug charts and weed charts you can help identify in the store as well, along with the people in the store. They are trained. They will be trained this year, and they'll come out with some new enthusiasm and knowing the products to use to make your gardening successful.
Thanks for being part of the podcast.
You're welcome, Brett.
Thanks again for listening to the podcast. If you have a question for Fred, go ahead and email us, fred@planttalkradio.com. And for the best selection of vegetable, flower, and herb seeds available, go to www.stokeseeds.com. Pre-order your free 2018 gardening guide today from stokeseeds.com. Cultivating successful growers for generations.